Nice, Val. Loving it, man. Loving the little spacey vibe you got going there. Definitely cool track. So any feedback for Val, go ahead and put that in the chat, what you liked and what you think could be improved about the song. And let's get a music production discussion started around the song and all things music production related. As again, this stream is for you guys. It's to help you with your musical productions, and hopefully you can walk away from this stream with at least one tip that you can use in your productions. So I loved the different ambient textures that you had in the track. I love the sustained bass line. I kept moving in and out. I thought that worked really well. I love the little breakdown you had here. I thought that was nice. So all the elements worked well together, and they created that nice spacey vibe and a really, kind of ambient, but still forceful type of track. So a few things that I wanted to mention. I think the track was a bit muddy. Here we go. I will pull up the tutorials that I think could help here. There we go. All right, so I made bookmarks for all the tutorials. That way it'd be a lot quicker to put these in here. Gotta have the bookmarks, guys. Gotta have the bookmarks. The key to success is have all the bookmarks right across. So check out that video that I just posted. I just posted in the chat. It's how to EQ a muddy mix. I definitely think that'll help out with your song, as again, it is muddy. A lot of the 200 hertz range, the 600 hertz range with your basses, with your pads, as well as some resonant frequencies that I hear in some of the synths. Those are causing a lot of bloat in your mix and causing the track to just appear a little bit weaker than it could, and not as defined as it could be. And again, everyone, 36 concurrent viewers in the stream. We're going to be giving away the SoundShock Spectral Morphing Synthesizer. Invite your friends, let them know about the awesome feedback that they can get on their music, as well as an opportunity to win this SoundShock Twist Spectral Morphing Synthesizer. We're at 15, 21 away. We can do this, guys. All right. What else we got here? Yeah, so EQing muddy mix. Also, I think the track could be a lot shorter. I really think this track could be like 4 minutes long. You know, listening to the entire track, it seemed like your ideas just kept repeating themselves, and it sounded like they didn't need to. It sounded like you can get all your musical ideas into a much shorter track that wouldn't lose the attention of the audience. Because 8 minutes, yeah, I know you like to do a little bit longer of a track, longer tracks, but I really think the ideas that you have for this track could be condensed down and give it more of a progression. It doesn't feel like it's kind of just dragging on a little bit. So I think that, yeah, again, just condensing the track, your ideas into something like half of what you have. What else? What else we got here? So the mud, the arrangement. Also, I think Devil and Sound mentioned this, the keys in the track, the keyboard that you had, it didn't feel like it fit with the track. It felt first off time. It didn't feel like it was on time with the track. And also, I think the notes that you chose to play for the keyboard, for the keys, they didn't quite fit with the track either. I think maybe just replacing maybe the instrument and the notes, making it more on time in tempo on the grid, a little more close to the grid, not so much off the grid, I think would help also. So just a small little tweaks here and there. I really think that you could have this track be ready to go. Ready to go. What's up, I am Fox? Thanks for joining. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate it. I am Fox. Haven't seen you in here in a few weeks. Okay, so what else we got here? What else we got here? So thank you again, Coach Val. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate it. And Mad Sandwich DJ, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, man. Much appreciated. All right, next we have Devil in Sound. Let's do it. The Brain Melt. Loving it, Devil in Sound. Thank you so much for sending on in this Brain Melt track. Really cool journey that you took us on there. Definitely agree. So any feedback for Devil in Sound, go ahead and put that in the chat. What you liked and what you think could be improved. We're at 16 right now. 16 viewers, 20 away from the free giveaway of the Sonybox Spectral Morphing Synthesizer Twist. So I love the ambient, spacey, funky, hybrid type track you had here with that cool bass line. Really added some interest to the track to give it more of that hybrid ambient feel. So that worked really well. Very astral, projection-y. For all of you who don't know, Devlin Sound provides the free sample pack series, the free chill ambient sample pack series, Astral Projection. We're already on volume 14. Tons of free sounds. Head on over to SoundShockAudio.com and you can find all these free sample packs there for you to download. So I would say, as far as, so you just made this sketch, definitely worth continuing, definitely worth finishing, definitely worth mixing and getting all the pieces to work well together in the mix, that is. I think all the sounds that you chose worked well together. Again, I usually always compliment on that just because that is really one of the main things that producers can struggle with. And if you don't have sounds that work well together, no matter how good your mixing is, how good your mastering is, it's not going to work out for your track. So excellent job there. I would say that I would definitely add in some vocals. I know I always mention this. Definitely vocals, some sort of vocal sample. I've noticed that in a lot of your tracks, you don't have vocals in some capacity. I think they would work well. Again, any shape or form, doesn't have to be a full-on vocal line. So, I mean, for this, I would say probably even some like Native American, like hey, hey, or something like that, or some like sustained vocal of a woman going, ah. You can use that. You can just go back to the Twitch stream and just sample that and put that in your track. That'll work well. No, don't do that. That would not work well. But yeah, just something like that. Something to fit the ambient vibe. So it doesn't really have to be spoken vocals. Again, because I think every single genre that you work on, no matter what it is, I always think that vocals will work in some shape or form. They're that important. The human voice is one of the most recognizable sounds by other humans, and they help connect you, they can help connect the audience with your track. That's why they work so well. Only thing is trying to not use samples because this might be a sample pack for paid. Gotcha. Yes, you can sample that. It's yours. It's yours. Or record a vocalist. You can also record a vocalist. What else here? So definitely some gauge staging with your track. Again, I won't give too much mixing tips here, too many mixing tips here, because you just said you just created a sketch. I would say, let me find the section. I think some of the ambient breaks you have here could have been filled out a bit more. So you have a breakdown here, which is great. Definitely want to drop all that sounds and give that, like an ambient texture you have there. But in like sections like this, I think you could have added more right before the bass line came in. I definitely think you could have added more, cut that section, make it shorter. It just felt like it was just attached onto the track just to make the song longer. And it feel like it added too much to the track as far as progression-wise. So just something to keep in mind. This is, okay, we're going super full screen for 1 second here. We're doing it. We are going full screen. We got the full screen. Okay, I'm not sure who I heard this tip from. Forget the name. But for each section of your track, after the listener is done listening to a particular section of your track, a verse, a drop, a bridge, any section, they should want to hear more. They should want to hear more. It's a lot easier said than done. Don't get me wrong. Creating that interest, creating that dynamic interest, creating the interest with the different sounds, the evolution of these sounds, the bringing in and out of elements, the mixing style, the notes that you play. Those will all contribute to having the listener want to hear more of the section. So for each section, if you listen back to it and you say, okay, I understand it, I got it, but I don't want to hear more of it really, I'm not going back and wanting to listen to it more, then I would recommend making some changes to that section. Doesn't have to be major changes. That doesn't mean you have to completely reconstruct the section. Maybe make it shorter, maybe change out a few sounds, maybe add some interesting more notes. More interesting, like, I don't know, you have a melody going, maybe add a couple extra, decoration notes in there, some like flutters around, like just crazy arps or something like that. So I mean, it's of course track dependent how you would want to change the section to make it so the listener wants to hear more of the section. So I can't really give a specific example, but that should kind of be the mindset going into it. You do this for every single section, then your track is going to be on repeat all the time. Again, this is easier said than done, but it's just something to think about for each section so you don't have it go on for too long and you don't have a section that feels like it is just there to fill up space. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So just keep that in mind when you are making each section and listen back to each section. So hopefully that helped there. Alrighty, so sweet. Thank you very much, Devil in Sound, for sending on in the tune. Do appreciate it, my man. Awesome, 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 awesome. Yes, definitely write it down. That'll help. I know it's a very simple tip, and it's not very, it's very track dependent. Like I said, I can't say, oh, just change around these elements, because again, it's on the specific track that you are working with. That'll depend on specifically what elements that you may want to change. All right, Kevin James, new Pointless. We are back. We are back with Aching for Greatness. Thank you so much, New Pointless, for sending on in the tune. Do appreciate it. Always love hearing your 8-bit tunes, video game tunes. Always good to hear. So any feedback for New Pointless, go ahead and put that in the chat. What you liked and what you think could be improved about this song. Thank you so much for the follow there, A Jolly Gamer. Do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So overall, you nailed the vibe again. I think someone who said that in the chat here. Someone said they were like strolling through like a small town or something like that. Some like medieval town or something crazy like that. I definitely got that vibe. You know, you're like shopping for something, shopping for like some, I don't know, some food or some like tool that you're gonna use in your journey on an RPG game or something like that. You definitely got that vibe. So excellent job. A few things that I would say with the mix. I think the panning, you could have more panning on some of your drum sounds. I think I mentioned this in a few of your other tracks. I don't know if you've experimented with it and have not found it to work for your particular style that you're working in, but I definitely think some panning, some stereo spreading of drum instruments specifically would help with just a greater overall impact of your track. Because I noticed you did have some sounds that were going left and right in the stereo field, so I know you do have some stereo movement. So if you have stereo movement in there, why not try putting the drums in the stereo field as well. Nice, nice, using a lot of panning in your mixes. Yeah, I definitely think, try the hats, just try stereo spreading the hats a lot. I think that would help. Have the drums beat a little bit as far as, the kick in the center, of course. Let's go to the drums. Let's go to the drums. Okay, so I hear you do have panning. I think even wider with the panning, I think would help. I hear you do have some like hats. One's playing over here, one's playing over here. I definitely think a little bit wider in the mix, and maybe try stereo spreading. Also, I think there's a snare drum in here. And the snare drum, maybe use a bigger snare drum sample. It kind of sounds more like a tick. Also bring it more to the front of the mix with some volume. Just think it's a little too weak in the mix. It's almost like a hi-hat. The snare is almost mimicking like a hi-hat, it feels like. So hopefully, yeah, just try it out, you know, experiment with it. Let me know how it goes. Again, you know, this is just my interpretation of your guys' tracks. It's not necessarily something that you have to do, and it's something that I think is, you know, it's just my opinion. You know, as long as you guys start thinking in your music in a different way, you know, if you don't want to specifically take the advice that I give, as long as you think about your music in a different way, then I think I've done my job. So it's not necessarily, oh, you have to try out, you know, the different pieces of feedback that I give. Just trying out, you know, just thinking about your music in a different way that you wouldn't have. That is the goal here. What else we got here? Nice, good suggestion there, Connor's watching you. How about mid-side EQ instead of panning, then a touch of panning if still needed? Well, actually, I would suggest panning because the mix sounds a little narrow. That's why I would say add panning. If you add side information, let's just say you boost the sides of the stereo of the drums, it'll definitely appear a bit wider. But if the instruments are more so in the center of the stereo field and you add that mid-side EQing specifically on the sides, you know, it'll only do so much. And if you keep adding frequencies or changing around the mid-side EQing a lot, then you might run into some problems with the sounding very unnatural. That's going to happen a lot with sounds when you use a lot of mid-side EQing. It can sound unnatural because you're putting all these different frequencies in different parts of the stereo field that aren't quite just natural, like you would hear them, I guess, in real life. Not to say that this is, you know, a real life song, but it definitely, you want some consistency. And it could also change around the overall impact of specific instruments. If you do a lot of crazy mid-side EQing, it can really weaken the impact of drums. So I would say oh yes, woo! Kevin James, thank you so much for the tip. Do appreciate it, man. $5. Holla, 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 $5. Thank you, Kevin. Always appreciate the donations. You are the top supporter on the Twitch stream. Thank you so much. Do appreciate it. Always good to hear your 8-bit video game tunes. No, this stream does not have different hosts. Currently, it is just me running the live stream. Okay. Okay, nice. You got lots of mid-side on the crash. Connor's watching you, says won't carry weight through to the mids. Yes, you can always add weight to the mids with mid-side EQing. That helps as well. But yeah, just too much will make it sound unnatural, in my opinion. Sweet. That sucks. Connor's watching you. There's a family with 2 babies next door, so you just can't crank up the volume with your. You just can't go on a crazy producing binge and just blast some electronic music for those babies. That's unfortunate. ZenScope0, thank you so much for the follow. Do appreciate it. Welcome on in to the stream. Mini Mailer, we're up. We are up. So just to make sure we have a chance to get to everyone's track today, I'm going to go ahead and skip through certain parts of the track just so we can get a good overall feel for the song, and I can get through the feedback, commentary, everything, again, for everyone. And again, let's not forget. I feel like we're forgetting here, guys. I feel like we're forgetting. 13 away from the Sony Vox, the Spectral Morphing Synthesizer. Twist! We can do it, guys. We can do it. I have faith. Faith. I have faith. Okay. Let's go.
Every chance for control in the world.
I'm stuck in the past, it's over. I'm not gonna last much longer. I'm stuck in the past, it's over. I'm not gonna last much longer. I'm stuck in the past, it's over. I'm not gonna last much longer. I'm stuck in the past, it's over. I'm not gonna last much longer. I'm stuck in the past, it's over. I'm not gonna last much longer. I'm stuck in the past, it's over. I'm not gonna last much longer.
Harmony, enemies, confidence. Where should it be? Every path, who would rest? Sunlight in the sky, finance, violence, every sin, every chance, full control in the world. Like that. Harmony, enemies, confidence. Where should it be? Every path, who would rest? Sunlight in the sky, finance, violence, every sin, every chance, full control in the world. Like that.
stronger. I'm stuck in the past, stuck in the past.
Watch this.
Nice, Mini Mailer. Loving it, man. Loving all the cool instrumentation you have in this song. Really awesome. Really cool remix. Any feedback? Go ahead and put that in the chat. What you liked, what you think could be improved about the song. So definitely were a few mixing problems that I heard in the mix. So just get right into the feedback. The drums were not as impactful as they needed to be in the mix. Specifically the kick and also the low end of the track, low mid-range was not quite there. It didn't quite provide that foundation and that power that you need it to. For example, if we go on over to this drum build. You can hear there's a clear change in energy. The build-up had much more energy than the actual chorus section. Definitely don't want to have that happen. It definitely took away from your track. Even no matter how good the track is, if you have your build-up be more impactful than the chorus, then it's always going to sound weaker. So definitely, I'd recommend reducing the volume of some of the drum samples that you have, specifically the snare roll in the build-up, as it did sound like a little bit too loud. It's easy to have the volumes of your build-up elements get a little too out of control when you're doing all the filtering, the automation, all that sort of just movement in your build-ups will cause varying volume levels. More often than not, it'll raise the volume level, so you want to keep that in check to make sure it doesn't get too loud. But also, I just think the track could have been mixed in better with the drums. The drums need to be more impactful, specifically, again, the kick. And I think that could just be brought up in volume, because it really didn't feel like it had much of a kick. You could hear the kick, but it wasn't providing any power to the track. Also, what else here? I agree also, Connor's watching you too much reverb on certain parts of the mix. Yeah, again, the idea is great. It's there. Just some mixing problems. So again, I mentioned this MIDI crew. I know you had problems with using too much reverb in the past, and it seems like this track also has too much reverb delay. That reverb and delay that you have, specifically like on your vocals, it's too much. It takes away some of the dynamics of your track. It's okay to have that big reverberated, delayed sound at certain times, but having it play through the entire track just kind of flattens it out dynamically. It doesn't give the other instruments a chance to really shine through rhythmically. I think that's what it is. Rhythmically, it kind of just flattens out the track when you have the huge delay playing throughout the track and it's obvious. Exactly. Use it tastefully. Definitely. Who blows there? Definitely. I definitely think, so okay, so the drop, Connor's watching you like to drop out of chorus at times. Oh, wait, what specifically are you talking about? Like the lower energy level in the chorus? Is that what you're specifically saying? Connor's watching you? What exactly do you mean by I like a drop out chorus at times? What does that mean? What else here? Some of the vocals, especially in the beginning. When that woman goes wrong, it does not fit. It sounds out of key and it just doesn't seem to fit. I would just kind of remove that. Also, a lot of the panning that you have of the vocals is a bit confusing. I'm not quite sure what is going on. You have a lot of crazy instruments going everywhere. You have different panning coming in and out. I would think about just centering more instruments and think about stereo spreading rather than panning side to side. And that would be my tip here. Again, it gets a little too chaotic in the stereo field and it's hard to understand what is going on in the mix. Okay, so yeah, okay, gotcha. There's Connor's watching you. So yeah, I definitely like the huge buildup and then dropping out into a sparse amount of instruments in the drop. It's just the energy level of those drops. So the volume, the gain staging, how they are presented in the mix causes issues. It causes disinterest in the track because it's a lot quieter. It's really to do with the volume levels, not necessarily the instrumentation and the arrangement of the instrumentation in the buildup and the drop. That's not what I'm specifically talking about. I'm talking about the mixing of that particular section. You know, if you listen to a lot of tracks, listen to a lot of professional tracks, really in any genre, they won't have a huge volume difference between the sections. That definitely creates imbalances in the mix, and it'll also be hard to master the track with those big volume differences because the louder section will hit the master limiter first and start distorting first, when the other sections, which are quieter, still want to be brought up. But you can't bring up those sections louder in volume because you're already hitting the master limiter with the section that's too loud. So that's another issue that you'll run into with those definite differences in volume in certain sections. Okay, cool. Yeah, I may have been a little bit unclear there, so yeah, hopefully that helped out. I agree with you, Who Blows there. Definitely love EQ, but use it tastefully. Don't use too much. Don't smother your sound in it. Yeah, I definitely agree. Definitely a drop in tension is good. Just definitely don't want a drop in just the a completely dynamic change in your mix that alters the mix in an unbalanced way. That's what I was hearing as far as it goes from the build up to the drop. Okay. Moving on here, thank you so much, Mini Crew. Do appreciate it. We're slipping, guys. We're slipping right now. We are slipping. We're at 18. We're at 18 right now. We're at 18. We're at 18 away. 18 away. Okay. Let's bring it in. Let's bring it in. Let's bring in the huddle, guys. Bring it all in. I just recently purchased more plugins to give away. For you guys. I purchased more. I have more ready to give away to you. We can't give them away if we don't hit the 36 concurrent viewers. I want to give them away. I really do. We got to hit this number, guys. Once we do that, I give away the plugin. More people are in the stream. I give away more plugins. More people come in the stream. I give away bigger, better plugins. Who knows? We may even get even crazier free giveaways in the future. But it all starts with us getting some more people in the stream. That's it. Okay, break. Go team. All right. Twisted semicircle. You are up next. Omnisphere next week. Can't promise you that. Cannot promise you Omnisphere next week. Can't do that. But maybe in the future, we grow this stream. Who knows? We get sponsored by Omnisphere. We just give away Omnisphere plugins left and right. Who knows? Massive X, yes. I'm in contact with Native Instruments. We're getting that pre-release here on the stream that's happening of Massive X. That's definitely happening there. It's not. It's not. I'm sorry. That'd be pretty awesome, though. That'd be a good way to get people into the stream. Oh, yeah, we're giving away this unreleased plugin that's been hyped up for God knows how long. Okay. Can I make the Facebook post and whatnot shareable past just the group? Can you? Yeah, I guess you can't share a Facebook group post on your Facebook. You can definitely share the Facebook page post, though. You can definitely do that. I will get that up for ya. Yeah, you can't share, unfortunately. In closed groups, that is. All right, here we go. Twisted Semicircle. Thank you so much for coming on into the stream. Do appreciate it. Thank you for your email, and let's get it going. Twisted Semicircle, thank you so much. Loving the tune. Awesome title for this. I think it fits very well, Neural. So any feedback for Twisted Semicircle, go ahead and put that in the chat, what you liked and what you think could be improved about the song, and let's help get a music production discussion started around this song. We are at 23 viewers right now. We are 13 away from the free giveaway. Let's do it, guys. So a lot of good feedback in the stream already. Definitely want to go over it. I love the guitars that you had. I thought the melodies that you played worked really well. The progression, I thought that all worked excellent, excellent, excellent. So a few of you guys mentioned it felt out of time a bit, and I definitely agree. So some of the instruments did feel a bit out of time. Those should be tightened up a little bit. That way they give more of a synced feeling to them, and they don't kind of throw off the rhythm of the track, which it does appear to do at times. Yeah, and it was mostly, yeah, as Hublows there mentions, the guitars seemed a bit out of time. Definitely tighten those up, go into the audio clips themselves, play it along with the beat that you have, and really tighten up the guitars, get in there and change around the audio, move certain notes forward, backwards, to get them more in time. That would be my suggestion there. Every DAW will have that option to really edit the audio in that way. We get some of that time stretching. So it will be needed. What else here? Christian does mentions the mix appears to be too wide. What exactly? What instruments sound too wide to you? I guess what do you think is causing that wideness to be a bit too wide? I don't know if the track felt too wide. I think the guitars could have been EQ'd a bit better to have the instruments shine through a bit more. I think specifically, I think the pad in the background could have been EQ'd a bit. I think I think it just kind of dominated the mix a little bit too much. I think in like the high mid range, some EQ cutting could be done. What else? Okay, the hard pan guitars. Gotcha. I would say it's what kind of stereo imaging are you doing on these guitars? Are you just doing the hard panning, duplicating the channel, going hard left, hard right? There's a really common guitar stereo widening tip there, just the simple hard pan. It's duplication and hard pan. Yeah, definitely check it in mono and see how it sounds. You know, checking in mono will make sure that your mix is impactful and it doesn't have too much side information. And when played back on mono sound systems, if you don't have any mono information in specific instruments, it's going to sound weaker in the mix. Okay, there you go. One guitar 50% to the right and a reverb of it 50% on the other side. Okay. I would say the track did feel a little unbalanced in the stereo field, and that makes a lot more sense. So you have a reverb of the guitar 50% to the left and the guitar to the right. I would say not to do that. The reverb is always going to sound thinner, and of course, washed out means a reverb, so it's going to sound, you know, washed out, thinner, and more back in the mix than the actual guitar sound. And if you have that on one side, you have the reverb on one side, you have the guitar on the other, then there's going to be an imbalance. This side of the stereo field is going to feel more pushed back in the mix, more washed out, and this side is going to feel more present, more impactful, have more rhythm, more detail. So I would think about spreading the reverb rather than panning it onto one side. Could definitely just take the guitars, duplicate it, pan one a little bit to the left, pan one a little to the right, have your return send with that reverb, and just have that playing normally, and send that to both channels. Could do that also. Let's see here. What else? What else? What else? Also, you guys also mentioned that the mix was a little, the arrangement could have been improved as far as, it felt too repetitive. So I definitely, when I'm working on a song, I go by the rule of 3. Every 8 bars, I'll want 3 distinct changes in the mix to create movement in the track. So these changes can be anything from a new melody. It could be anything from a new hi-hat pattern coming in. It could be anything, yeah, really anything at all. Just 3 distinct changes. It doesn't have to be a crazy change. It doesn't have to be a completely new sound with a different melody. You can change around a couple notes of an already existing melody that was playing in a previous section. Or just 3 distinct changes in each 8 bars. Every 8 bars have those 3 distinct changes, and that'll help ensure that you're giving a progression to your song. Also, I think some sort of like breakdown could have been added where you're just like highlighting the guitar playing, maybe like the pad going, just something to really break apart the guitar, I guess, more sustained guitar parts, the continual guitar chords. So yeah, I think it could be somewhere around this section. You could add a breakdown, just somewhere to give just more interest in the arrangement. Also, I noticed that when you have your shaker come in, it's completely on like the left side of the stereo field. I would say maybe think about stereo spreading that rather than panning it, because it feels imbalanced when you do that, because you have all this really rich high-end information only in one specific part of the stereo field, and the other stereo field doesn't have any of that rich high sound. So just, yeah, it feels imbalanced. So I think stereo spreading rather than doing panning of that. Unless you have another shaker sound that can play on the other side, other ear, and then I think that would help balance it out. Some hi-hat, could add a hi-hat sample in there to balance it out. But if not, then just, yeah, stereo spread it. Okay, sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So hopefully that feedback helped, and thank you so much for sending on in the tune there, Twisted Semicircle. Do appreciate it. We're at 22. We're 14 away from the giveaway. I love saying that. We're this away from the giveaway. I don't know why. I guess just because it rhymes. Okay, let's see. So we got Bradley up next, and then we got Orange Knight, and then Brax Plays. So that's the foreseeable queue right now.
It's been a while since the storm last over my
Fox. Nice, nice, nice. Loving it, man. Always fresh ideas in your tunes. So thank you for sending on in the track. Any feedback, go ahead and put that in the chat, what you liked and what you think can be improved about the song. It's a really great future bass hybrid vibe you had going here. I love the instruments you chose to use. Always cool melodies you have in your tracks. So we got a good bunch of good feedback in the stream already. You guys mentioned definitely this snare drum in the beginning section, the first section before the drop. I definitely think could be changed out as well. I agree with you guys. It's something a little bit softer. You know, it's always good to change out drums from section to section. That could work really well. That's not to say that you have to have so many different types of like snare drums in there. You know, just you know, one for the verse and one for the drop chorus. That works really well. Just you know, highlight the differences in energy levels for each particular section. You hear that a decent amount. You'll have like, let's say, claps in like the verse section, maybe like, yeah, just a lighter sounding snare, and then a more impactful, you know, that big future bass snare in the drop, that dubstep snare in the drop. That could be a good way to go about it. Also, as New Pointless mentioned, I definitely think the mix lacked impact. Could use more mono and dry elements in the mix. I definitely agree here. I also think that the track was a bit over limited, and I think that created problems with the impact in the mix. As far as it just not sounding impactful, I felt a little over limited in certain sections. If you go, let's find this one spot. That like crash right there, it sounds like the track is over limited. So yeah, I would just dial it back. Really, when you're working on tracks, I would really recommend, when you're in the creative phase, don't over limit. If you're gonna over limit in the mixing stages. Don't over limit when you're producing. The problem when you over limit when you're producing, when you over limit, over compress, over OTT, compress stuff, over saturate, over distort stuff. Well, I wouldn't say over distortion could be, and saturation could be used as an effect as well. I understand that, but just in general, like on the your groups of tracks, on your master channel, ease up on the compression that you use. Reason being is when you go back and try and correct it, let's say you want to change that, you want to maybe take away some of that compression, maybe you want to add even more or something like that. Just really when you make changes in the mix dynamically and you have a sound or groups of sounds or your entire track already mangled, it's going to completely change your mix. If you have something over compressed and then you go back and uncompress it, it's going to completely change the mix. It's going to sound completely stale and out of place and fat. And not fat. Not going to sound fat. It's going to sound out of place and just really stale in the mix and not sound like it gels together that well, because you mix all the other elements around that over compressed sound. So again, if you're going to compress something heavily, if you're going to heavily over the top compression something, I would do that more in the mixing stages, not so much in the creative phases. This is just a general tip from what I have noticed, especially with limiting. If you like over limit a track, you already put it through the ringer, you have that pre-master chain on, and you're really going crazy with the compressors, like double limiters, over the top compression. When you take it off, it's going to sound completely different. You can of course mix into a mastering, a pre-master. Personally, I would recommend against it. That's not to say that professional producers don't do that, because some do. I would just recommend against it and just practice, you know, more fundamental mixing. And then once you really have a good grasp on fundamental mixing, then you could start adding in those crazy tricks where you're, you know, mixing into a pre-master or something like that. So just, I would in general, I would just not have anything on the pre-master and focus on getting the elements that you have in the mix sounding good together and the groups of channels that sounding good together. What else here? When you hear the compressor and can make it out, especially on the master, it's usually not good. It's like makeup with chicks. If you notice, it's too much. If you notice it, it's too much. Okay? Yeah, the OTT plugin from X Records is definitely a solid plugin. I definitely use it, and I use over-the-top compression a lot in my tracks. A little goes a long way with that type of compression. Yeah, definitely try easing up. Again, you know, ease up when you're working through the creative process, when you're working on arranging out your track, ease up on the over-the-top compression. Again, if you want to go crazy with it, I would leave that for later when you're doing the mixing of the track. That'll make it much easier to handle, much easier to mix the other elements around it and have it sound the way you want it to, rather than going back and trying to fix an already over-the-top compressed sound. Okay, you rushed into a pre-master. I gotcha. Yeah, I would avoid doing that. I mean, I guess if you just want to, you know, quickly show it to, like, you know, your friends, you want to get a quick pre-master, get everything loud. There's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, so hopefully the feedback helps, and thank you for sending on in the tune, man. Do appreciate it. Yeah, what's it called? Steve Duda did, yeah, create everything himself. He had some help with some of the effects and stuff, like the reverb and stuff like that. I went to the master class with him at Pyramide in San Francisco like 4 or so years ago, and he said right when dubstep was getting really popular, that's when he started to create Serum. He was like on tour with like Skrillex. And he just, yeah, got a lot of inspiration on what he could add to a synthesizer to make it useful for electronic producers. And I really think Serum was one of the first synths that really was designed for electronic producers, like the more modern electronic producer. From what I saw on the market when it first came out, like, oh, was it 4 years ago now, right? 4 years ago when Serum came out. You know, I noticed that, yeah, it just really had all the bells and whistles that you would want as a specifically electronic producer. Yes, and Deadmau5 wanted a nice synth. All right, sweet. We're at 21. We're at 21, guys. We're at 21. It doesn't sound like my pep talk is helping. My pep talk did not help. 15 away. 15 away. Like, I'm sad. I can't do the, oh, 15 away, free giveaway. I can't do that anymore. We're 15 away, guys. All right, Orange Knight. Let's do it. Let's get it going.
on the drop.
All right, awesome Orange Knight. Thanks for sending on in the progressive house E-tune. Do appreciate it. So any feedback for Orange Knight, go ahead and put that in the chat. What you liked, what you think could be improved about the song. 11 away from the free giveaway. So love the style, love the house piano. Those always work so well on the floor type tracks. Love the melody that you had with the other synths as well. That definitely fit the genre that you're working in. Really, the mixing. The mixing was a big issue with this track. So I would say, let me go ahead and pull up a tutorial for you that you could check out. Let me find this here. Tutorials. The gain staging tutorial that I have. I think that will really help you out. In this video, I'm going to go over. So yes, check out this tutorial on gain staging. A lot of the instruments were, the track felt imbalanced. Did not feel balanced at all. Elements were going everywhere. The track was a bit muddy, and a lot of this can be fixed with gain staging, with proper gain staging, meaning the specific volume level of specific instruments. I think I may have sent you this video last week. I'm not sure. I don't quite remember. But definitely the elements in the track were not quite as present as they should be. Yes, the other Orange Knights track was in the email. I'll go ahead and just take off I Am Foxes there. What else? So yeah, the different elements, the drums weren't as impactful as it should be. The high mid-range seemed too bright in the mix. You just need to have the different instruments in your track be at the appropriate volume levels in order for them to come through as best as possible. Let's see. So definitely, yes, gain staging. Oh, what else? EQing. EQing wise, definitely think some of the instruments were too muddy. The synths that you had in there, the 200 to 50 hertz range, could use some EQing in this synths that you have. Specifically in the piano felt also a little bit too flat. I think you maybe overcompressed it too much. I think just, yeah, lessening the compression that you have on it and EQing it a bit will help bring it to life. You also notice when you have full frequency elements in your mix and you EQ them, you take out frequencies in the mid-range and in the low mid-range, that it will not only give that instrument more power in the mix, but it will also free up other instruments to occupy this space in the mix and have them shine through a bit more. So having the EQing in your track be on point is definitely important, and I have a video specifically for that as well that I want to show you, and definitely think you should check out, as it will be very helpful for you. This is how to EQ a muddy mix. So we have the gain staging tutorial and how to EQ a muddy mix tutorial. Just using these two tutorials alone, following them step by step, you'll have a great mix. You'll have a very understandable mix that will work really well as far as clarity, power, impact, and definitely two of the most important parts. Two of the most, I would say, I mean, all phases of the mixing process are important, but gain staging and EQing play a very important role. And if you have these two processes in the mixing process set and really hone them in, your track is already going to sound pretty mixed. So that's why I would say that they're some of the more important processes in mixing, the gain staging and the EQing. All right, what else? Another thing, I think you could have had more variation in some of your sections. So you had like the same lead playing throughout the entire track. I know you had a few different instruments playing it. You know, maybe play around with some of the chords, some of the melodies, change around the arrangement of them, the pattern of them. So maybe have the chords, maybe have the piano just play sustained chords instead of having that chopped up part in like the breakdown, for example. So you just have, just playing it sustained chords, you know, change it every bar or so. Again, just change around the patterns. Don't necessarily have to create a new melody or new chord progression. Just change around the patterns of them to give the appearance of progression in your track. Just a really simple tip that works well for these specific style of tracks. What else? What else we got here? Okay, all right, we're at 24. We're at 24. We are 12 away from the free giveaway, guys. Again, the Spectral Morphing Synthesizer Twist could be yours for free if we hit 36 concurrent viewers in the stream. All right. Thank you again, Orange Knight. I think this is the third week in a row, so thank you so much for coming on in and sending in your song. Do appreciate it. Barax plays, are you in the stream? Let me know and we can go over it. Let me know, Brax. Ten away, 10 away. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. We are getting there. Brax. Okay, sweet Brax, you're in here. Let's get it. Loving it, Brax. Loving it, man. Loving the like big room house to hard style drop there. Worked really well. Seamless transition into that higher BPM. Awesome, awesome. So any feedback for Brax, go and put that in the chat, what you liked, what you think could be improved about the song. So overall, definitely fit that crazy festival vibe. Definitely dance floor killer in the club and festival rocker. So you nailed it. One piece of feedback with the mix here that I definitely think you have to change. Have to change it. It's the low end. The low end of the track is gone. It's not there. It feels like you have a low cut filter on the entire track. Where's the sub, bro? Where is the sub? In order for it to rock the festival, to rock the club, you need to have that sub, that low end, that weight, that power, the foundation for your track, and it is not there. I'm not sure if you accidentally left a low cut filter on the track, but yeah, just missing the sub frequencies in your song. So go back into the track, see what's up with the low end missing there. Maybe you have a low cut on your kick. The kick in this instance, you know, that really big hard style kick and that big room kick, that'll be providing the sub bass information. So go back into it and see what is happening with them. What else? Also, I think some EQing can be done to the synths as well. As far as cleaning up the synths, I think some EQ cutting. You know, I always say this for people's tracks in the 200 hertz range, the 500 hertz range. Sometimes I hear it a lot in people's tracks where it could be cleaned up a bit. And I think that, yeah, just doing some EQ cutting, listen to the synths, listen to the energy levels that they're giving, compare them to other tracks. So really how I found that a lot of mid-range frequencies get out of hand is I'll listen to tracks in the genre or style that I'm working in. Okay, this is a good opportunity to go full screen here. This is a full screener. This is a full screener. So mixing is all about ear training. It's about training your ears to hear what sounds right, what sounds impactful, what makes a professional sounding mix. There's no real, you cut your frequencies here, you add this amount of frequencies. It's about the experience working with tracks and referencing other tracks to hear how specific elements sound in a mix in a professional way. When I'm mixing my track, I will listen to other tracks in the style or genre that I'm working in, and I will listen to specific elements in the mix and get them to comparable volume levels, to comparable frequencies in the mix, as far as how bright they sound, as far as how much low end specific elements have, how specific mid-range. So I'll listen to big room house track. I'll listen to that big synth. I'll listen to those big synths. I'll then compare it to my track at the same volume. So you want to listen to your track and the reference track at the same volume. Due to the Fletcher-Munson curve, different frequency ranges are heard differently at different volume levels. So if you hear one track is a lot louder than the other track, then you're going to perceive the frequency ranges differently. That's why you want to hear them at the same volume, your reference track and the track that you're working on. Listen to the individual elements. So for this example, the synth, listen to that big room synth. Listen to how it's covering the frequency range. Is there a lot of high frequencies? Compare them. Get them similar sounding to each other. Is there a lot of mid-range? Do I need to add more highs? You know, how does it sound? And do that for all the elements in the mix. Doing this will help you get your song closer to a more professional mix. Now, that's not to say that you want to do this maybe for every track. You know, you're copying a mix of another track. I don't really see that as copying, though. You're just trying to get it close sonically to a specific mixing style. But once you start doing this, you'll start to hear how the elements could go in a professional sounding way. And you can, of course, don't have to mix that way in the future. It's just something that you could reference and have in the back of your mind and know how it sounds, and then you know how it could go to sound more professional. So that's kind of how I would go about it. You know, it does take work. It's not something that, you know, you just throw on another reference track and like, okay, just do a couple EQ cuts and I'm done. You really have to pay attention to the specific sounds. Really actively listen and try and get close to that specific sound in the mix, and really give your mix just similar sonic characteristics, I would say. Okay, end of rant. So, I don't understand a single thing that's coming out of your mouth. I don't know much of this stuff. Sorry about that slurp DDD. If you could comment below what you're confused about, let me know. Okay, so AB plugin. I am not too familiar with AB plugin, to be honest. Voxengo span can help as well with this. Personally, I have noticed I don't really reference frequency spectrum analyzers that much in your track. I look at it occasionally to see that my sounds aren't going out of control and I have huge peaks at certain spots. But frequency analyzers don't really always tell the whole story, in my opinion. I really just use it to make sure my sounds aren't just peaking like crazy, or one specific frequency section isn't way too loud in the mix. But you could usually hear that if it is. So it's really more of a safety precaution. Because you could have similar frequency curves and the tracks sound pretty different, and one could sound better mixed than the other. That's just in my experience. That's not to say that you couldn't use a frequency analyzer, reference it continually through specific mixing processes. It's not to say that. It's just I've found that using my ears more than using the frequency spectrum analyzer has helped. Okay, sweet. So hopefully that feedback helped there, Brax. Thank you so much for sending on in your tune. And we are 10 away from that free giveaway of the Spectral Morphing Synthesizer Twist by Sonyvox. $50 value. Yours for free. Once we hit 36, 10 away, this bad boy for free is being given away. All right. We got up next. Who do we got? So we got Brax. All right, Nick Sherman, are you in the stream? Nick. Yeah, I thought it was a $100 value. They did. I guess they're selling it at $50 value right now. So like I said, it was at a $100 value. It is at $50. Nick Sherman, are you in the stream? Let me know. Okay, so, okay, sweet. Let's do it. Good to see you on in here, I think for the first time, Nick. Thank you so much, man. Nice. Loving it, man. Loving the tune. Thanks for sending on in. Thank you, man. So any feedback for Who Blows There, go ahead and put that in the chat, what you liked, what you think could be improved about the song. So this is a test song. So I guess, what specific feedback did you want on this song? Did you want mixing feedback? Did you want arrangement feedback? Just feedback on whether you should continue the song or not? Yeah, what type of feedback did you want on this? So I know you've been messing with some different drum mixing techniques in recent tracks. Okay, everything. Gotcha. So yeah, definitely continue with this song. Love the vibe. Other people in the chat like the vibe of the song as well. I think this down-tempo genre works really well. What I noticed is you had a lot of like the electric piano, the bells in the track, and those were mixed in well. I've noticed that with bells and electronic pianos, very harmonic, rich, very resonant-y sounds. They're hard to mix in, and they kind of get out of control, and they sounded very in control here. You could hear all the elements in the track well, so good job on that. The drums definitely were spot on. As far as what I think could be improved about the song, definitely I think you could add in more percussion samples, more ear candy type sounds for the percussion to really give it, yeah, just more interest in the track. And I think that would work really well for this particular genre, maybe in some type of reverberated, delayed type drum sounds in there somewhere, just an idea. Maybe that won't work, but definitely I think adding in more percussion would really help with this track, just to support really the main drums that you have already in there. Also, I think that you could have experimented more with the side chaining of the elements a bit, with the electric keyboard, and let's see, let's go to it. So yeah, you have the electric keyboard and the keys playing pretty continuously throughout the track, and I think I just wanted more rhythm. I wanted a little bit more groove to it, a little more bounce to it. It definitely had a nice vibe, but I just wanted more rhythm. And I think adding more side chain to those specific elements, those like little, I don't even know what those would be called, like the xylophone. Yeah, that was like a xylophone, right? I think a little more side chain or rhythm to it. Don't have to go crazy with it. Just to add a little bit more could work well with the groove. What else? The bass line. I love the bass line. Very emotional. Very. What's the word I'm looking for? It just worked really well with the track. I like the notes that you played. It was really funky. It was really funky, really emotional, really drive home the theme of the track. The only problem was some of the notes seemed to kind of tailor off a bit. I think you want the bass line to be more solid in the mix. You want, like, some of the notes were softer and you couldn't quite understand the note as well. It seemed to just tail off. So I think having them be more similar velocities would help for this particular track. Again, to give a solid foundation for the track, as well as really drive home the theme of your track a little bit more, so you can, by being able to hear all the notes a little bit clearer in the mix. What else? That too could try a slightly longer release. I think it was more just the velocity though, but definitely could mess with the releases of your bass lines. Will definitely have a big impact of the overall groove in your track in general. So for anyone working with, with bass lines, maybe something isn't grooving quite right, messing around with those release times, as well as with your drums too. Drums, messing around with the release times of your drums will have a very big impact on the groove of your track as well. So that's something to consider if you're looking to change it up. Let's see. Yeah, try working with the velocity multiplier. To make the hit notes hit a little bit harder. I think that really, yeah, I mean, the bass line was great. I just wanted to hear all of it a little bit better. What else? I think that's it. That's really it. Great mix. Great mix. Definitely continue with it. Definitely has a lot of potential. Can definitely get that James Bond vibe to it. I think I forget his name. Timothy. No, this wasn't Timothy. I forget the actor's name, but I think he's one of the better James Bonds. Personally, I think Pierce Brosnan was the best James Bond out of all of them. Daniel Craig is pretty good though too. Who's your favorite James Bond actor? Let me know in the chat. Important question. I'd say he's number 3 for me. Number 3. Give him number 3. 28, guys. 28. 28. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're getting close, guys. 8 away. 8 away from the free giveaway of the Sony Rock Spectral Morphing Synthesizer Twitch. Let's get it, guys. Maybe the pep talk did work out. Maybe it did. We'll see. All right. Clay Tiller, are you on the stream right now? Let me know and we can go over your song because you are up right now. Clay. Who else? Sean Connery. Can't go wrong with Sean Connery, the original. That's true. That is true. Johnny Hardcore. Da, 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 da. Okay, so I guess Clay is not here. We'll go on over to the next person here. Once again, Clay, if you're in the stream, let me know. Who else we got here? Jadali with Visions. Jadali Beats. Are you in the stream right now? Are you in the stream? Okay, we'll go on to the next one as well. ZenScope Zero, thank you so much for the follow. Do appreciate it, man. I know that was like 20 minutes ago. I missed it. Sorry about that. Brain, are you in the stream right now? I'll go ahead and pull it up. You got a YouTube video. Otra vez. Otra vez. Let me know if you guys are in the stream here. Okay, sweet. Jadali is here. Let's do it. Nice, Jadali. Thanks for sending on in that hip-hop tune. So you're looking for direction with the track. Definitely continue. Definitely worth continuing here. Love the elements that you use in the mix. Those old hip-hop drums with the electric keyboard, with those old school vocals. That worked really well. I would say probably look for another instrument to add in there as well. That would be a main thing that you need to look for. Maybe like some sort of like bell lead, maybe some like ambient pad, maybe some like Foley sample that could work well. As far as something that you could, what I mean by Foley sample is maybe like an ambient pad in the background, maybe some like vinyl crackling, just to give some more texture to the mix. I'm just trying to think of elements that you could add to the track here. So any other feedback that you guys have about the direction that Jadali could go in with this song, go ahead and put that in the chat. Definitely add some like breakdown section as well. Maybe you highlight the vocals. But you know, as far as like adding in a ton of instruments to this track, definitely is not needed for this particular genre. You know, it's these type of genres. You know, you have the hip hop drums, you have the vocals, you have the electric keyboard, maybe like like I said, like a bell sound, some sort of like small lead playing some like harmony or melody in the background. That really is what the main part of these types of tracks. So I think just adding variation to the specific elements that you have also throughout the arrangement, range this track out maybe like 3 minutes, could be even shorter. These tracks usually aren't terribly long, so that's something to keep in mind. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully that gives you some sort of idea of where you could go with the song. Again, definitely worth continuing. Thank you so much for the follow there, Style Lo-Fi. I do appreciate it. Thanks for joining the stream here. Yeah, that is my opinion on the direction that you could go with this song. Okay. We have Beak Feet. Beak Feet, are you in the stream at this moment? If you are, yes you are, then let's do it. And real quickly, we're at 29 viewers. We are 7 away. 7 away. 7 away. We can do it. We can do it. Sick future tune there, Beak Feet. Thanks for sending it on in. So any feedback for Beak Feet, go ahead and put that in the chat, what you liked, what you think could be improved about the song. So man, I really did love the track. Loved all the Foley samples you had in there, all those ear candy sounds. Really interesting from start to finish. Mixing was pretty solid as well, although I do have a few mixing tips that I want to get to. I would say overall, it lacked direction. I wasn't sure. It sounded like the song was just a big kind of collage of different sounds and sections that were put together. And the only congruent part of the song was the different crazy Foley sounds that you had in the track. That's really the only consistency that I noticed. So I would really try and pick a main theme for your song, pick a main melody, pick a main progression, and let that carry throughout the song. I would say that was probably the biggest issue with the song. Again, it was really cool. It just didn't quite make sense, really, the track. I wasn't sure where you're going with it. Like I said, it was cool from start to finish with all the cool, crazy Foley sounds you had, the intricate little drums you had in there. Those worked really well. It was just a little bit, yeah, kind of random, I would say. What else? We're at 30. Holy Jesus. And then we dropped down to 28. We were so close. We were so close, guys. Ah. We're still only 8 away. Only 8 away from the free giveaway. Keep the hope alive, guys. So, I would say, yeah, so pick a consistent theme for the track. And this section that you had right here was a bit imbalanced. Okay, compared, when I listened to this section, and the drop right here, when you had like the guitar come in here, it felt too loud. I think overall you can just take that guitar sound and reduce it in volume. I think that took away from the drums a little bit too. I think the drums could have been a little bit more up front, and I think Who Blows there mentioned that like the highs of some of the drums could also be a little more present. Maybe give a little high shelf filtering onto the drum group as well to make it a little more present, but just overall more volume. I think reducing the volume of this guitar sound would help with the balance of the mix. I think that was taking a little bit away from the drums. What else? Yeah, and also, you guys make a good point, kind of with the arrangement, like these breakdowns. Yeah, they didn't quite make sense, these breakdowns. It just kind of sounded like it dropped out of nowhere just because, really. I think once you have a main theme to the track, then the breakdowns will make more sense. You have more of the melodic elements specifically in the breakdown, specifically in the drop. Then you could get, you know, kind of crazy with the arrangement of the breakdowns. But as they are right now, they just seem random and maybe a little bit too long, I would say. But yeah, I would definitely say that, yeah, that is the main issue here. And I think that will, yeah, I'd love to hear this track if you decide to do some changes, maybe to the theme of the track. I would love to hear it in future live streams. But right now, that's kind of the only feedback I have for it, because it's really hard to tell kind of where the song is going a little bit, to really give more accurate feedback, I guess. Like I said, though, the mixing of the guitar sound could maybe just be lowered, just the volume, maybe some EQing, because it is taking away from the drums a little bit. I want to hear the drums more, so that is something to think about. So if you reduce the volume of that guitar sound, you do some EQing of the guitar, and the drums don't quite sound as impactful, still don't sound, if the drums don't sound more impactful after you reduce the volume and or EQing of the guitar, then maybe try some saturation on the overall group, bring it up in volume, a little bit of compression, again, just to make it more impactful in the mix. What else? But yeah, thank you for sending on the track there, Beak Feet. I don't think I've seen you in the stream before, so thank you very much. And I hope to see you in future live streams. Moving on up in the world. Jesse M. Are you in the stream? Jesse M. Awesome. Johnny, I believe your song is up next. Actually, can you send the track on over, Johnny? I don't think I have it in my inbox here. I know you sent in a track about you wanted to get played. Yeah, can you send in the track again there, Johnny? So right now the queue is looking like Jesse, and then Johnny, and then Avego Music. That's the next three in the queue right now. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Fantasy. It's fantasy. And we're at 30. We're at 30. 6 away. We're almost there. We can make it. We can make it. 6 away. Invite your friends. If 6 of you invite one of your friends that make it into the stream, we give it away. We give it away after 3 weeks. We'll give this away. We are right there. 5 away. 5 away. 5 away. Let's do it right now. Let's do it right now, guys. Invite someone into the stream right now. Right before I play Fantasies track, let's get this free giveaway going. I know we can do it. We are so close. I think the highest we got last week was 30. We're at 31 right now, and we're 5 away. Let's just give it 1 minute here. 1 minute to see if we can hit more viewers in this stream. So what have you all been working on as of late? As far as like, are you guys working on tracks for EPs, for singles, just to release just for the hell of it? Like just releasing on SoundCloud, on Spotify, just for you? What have you all been working on as of late? I'm always interested to know, what these tracks are for. That can also help me decide, what sort of feedback that I want to give for specific tracks. Maybe you're trying to get on a specific label. Maybe I'll give more mixing feedback on a certain thing. You're just learning and you just kind of want to release music just for the hell of it, that sort of thing. I'll give different feedback. It's always good, when you send in your track, to let me know what it's for. That always helps. All right. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. We're at 32. We're now at 32. Again, everyone in the stream, do not leave. 4 more viewers in the stream right now, and we do the free giveaway. Don't move. I almost just knocked over my water glass onto my other laptop. That would have been terrible. Don't move, anyone. Don't move. We lost someone. Someone moved. I could get my boobs out. Could get my boobs out. That's always an option. Okay. Yes, share, Harlow Mill. Share. Yeah, you should be sorry that you're late. You should be very sorry. You're extremely late, Harlow Mill. You know what? We're putting this on Harlow Mill. The reason we don't have 36 viewers in here right now is because of Harlow Mill. Everyone, throw up an emoticon for Harlow Mill right now. I'm gonna do that. You're getting the fish. You're getting the fish. This is for Harlow Mill. You're getting the fish. Everyone, give Harlow Mill the fish. Do it right now. We're at 30. We lost someone. 6 away, again, for the free giveaway. Sony Vox Twist Spectral Morphing Synthesizer. $50 value yours for free. Tons of cool effects. Tons of cool spectral morphingness that you could do with this synthesizer. Tons of creativity. Personally, I've only used it a little bit, but I can tell you that it has tons of creative potential with it. Tons of unique sounds that you could get with this synthesizer, not just some standard subtractive synthesizer or anything like that. Tons of presets in the spectral morphing synthesizer as well. All right. What's a Harlow Mill? Good friends of the stream, Harlow Mill. Who is my favorite producer? That is a good question. That is a very good question. Who is my favorite producer? I mean, as of right now, I feel like it always changes. It always changes. I guess right now, I would say, I mean, he's not necessarily a producer, he's a composer. I mean, this is such an obvious answer, I guess. Hans Zimmer. You know, I've always been such a huge fan of Hans Zimmer, and just how simple he can have his compositions and how emotional and impactful he can make them. You know, if you listen to a lot of his most famous soundtracks, musically it's nothing really crazy, but it just hits on such an emotional level with his specific note choice, his specific sound selection and arrangement, that it makes all the difference. Going to show you that you don't have to have some complicated, incredibly complicated composition music-wise to create a timeless song. 31. It's still at 31, guys. 5 away from the free giveaway. We are very close. Very, very close. Hans is amazing. So who's all your favorite producers right now? It could be anyone, composer, producer, guitarist, anything at all. Who's your favorite? Let me know in the chat. Always good to hear your guys' inspiration for everything. 31 still. We're at 31. Kanye. Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones is amazing. Loved Kanye's older productions. $32. We're at 32. Again, everyone, do not move. We're running the free giveaway once we hit 36 concurrent viewers. That is right. The SonyVox Spectral Morphing Synthesizer Twitch will be given away right on your screen right now. A SonyVox Spectral Morphing Synthesizer. Once we hit 4 more. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you're here for the giveaway, Harlow Mill. You guys just come in here just for the giveaway, huh? You don't come in to say, hello, what's up, how's it going, Daniel? You just come in and just want the giveaway. I see how it is. I see how it is. $33, $33. $33. Again, thank you for joining. 33rd viewer of the stream. We're doing the free giveaway. Once we hit 36 concurrent viewers, invite one of your friends, and we'll be giving away the Spectral Morphing Synthesizer. 3 more. Holla. Holla. Oh man, Fleetwood Mac. Can't go wrong with Fleetwood Mac. Connor's watching you. You cannot go wrong. Again, no one move, except to invite your friends, to the live stream, because we're 3 away. Thank you for following me since birth there, Harlow Mill. Do appreciate it. We lost a viewer. We lost a viewer. We lost a viewer. 4 away. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go over a track. We're gonna go over a track now. As we go over this track, I want you guys to really focus in on the song, how it sounds, as well as invite one of your friends into the stream. 2 things while we're listening to this next song. Listen to the song, listen to the mix, listen to the arrangement, listen to all the components of it, and invite one of your friends. And by the time the song is over, I want to see 36 viewers in the stream. That's how we're doing this. So let's everyone channel in, and invite your friends. I'm not sure what channeling will do. I mean, you could channel in and hope that people come from, you know, like this Twitch browse page under music. I would say, yeah, channel in, listen to the music, pray for some more viewers, and invite some viewers yourself, and we will be there. There we go. Thank you so much for the follow there, Spoon Goons. Good to see you on in here. Thank you very much. Helping contribute to this free giveaway. 4 away now. All right, let's do it. Fantasy. I have a good feeling about your track, Fantasy. 1, because it's going to be awesome, and 2, because we're going to hit the free giveaway as soon as it's done playing. All right, nice, Fantasy. Thank you for sending on in the hard style track. Haven't heard a pure hard style track in a while. And we're at 33 concurrent viewers right now. We are 3 away from the free giveaway. We are almost there. We're inching and crawling and crawling and crawling our way to 36. We're almost there. 34. Yes. We're crawling, guys. Again, thank you for everyone who just joined. The 2 people who just joined. We're 2 away from the free giveaway of the Spectral Morphing Synthesizer Twist by Sonybox. So any feedback for Fantasy, go and put that in the chat. Heard a few comments, saw a few comments in there already. And I gotta say, we are 1 away. We are 1 away. We're good 1 away. We are 1, whoa. No one frickin' move in the stream. We're going to hit this, guys. We're going to hit this. We're going to hit this. Whew. Stay calm. Stay calm. I can't stop looking at the viewer count. It's going to happen. Summon in 1 more person. Oh my God, we lost 1. That's okay. We're still 2 away. We're still 2 away. We're still very close. Incredibly close. It's okay. It's okay. No one else is gonna leave because we all want this spectral morphing synthesizer. We all want it, and we all want more free plugins in the future. We all want this, so we're all gonna stay in here, and we're all going to summon in one more person into this stream, 2 more people into the stream right now. Okay, so feedback for the track, definitely the style, the vocals that you had in like the breakdown, the screaming lead synth, the hard style kick, all those definitely on point for the genre. I would say just mixing. Mixing is your friend. Mixing seemed like it was thrown to the wayside with this track. I definitely need to have some mixing done to this track. It was way too limited. There were a bunch of harsh frequencies in the track, and yeah, it was tough to listen to, I would say. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple tutorial videos up here that'll definitely help out with mixing. Gain staging first and foremost is definitely needed for this track, and the EQing. There's too many brittle frequencies in the track, too many high frequencies. Definitely need to tailor off some of those high frequencies, and the over limiting. Those combined together with too many high frequencies being over limited really gave that harsh sound to the track. So definitely we'll look for these tutorials to send on over here. Let me find them. How to gain stage. Definitely recommend checking this out. Go ahead and put this in the chat. 2 away still. We are 2 away from the free giveaway. That is right. 2 away. 36, we hit it! Woo! Woo! Da-da-da-da-da. We hit the free giveaway. We did it. We did it. We did it. Did it. Confetti, fireworks, celebration, champagne. Boo, boo, boo. Congratulations, guys. We have hit the free giveaway. We have made it. We are giving away the Spectral Morphing Synthesizer Sonybox's Twist. It is happening right now. Thank you all so much. Do appreciate it. And again, if you guys want to enter the free giveaway, you have to be following the channel. So go ahead and hit that follow button, and we are going to be running the free giveaway very shortly here. Go ahead and follow on up, guys. Give you a minute to do that here. All right. That is right. Getting hype. We are doing the giveaway. It's been 3 weeks since we were able to give away this Spectral Morphing Synthesizer Twist. We got plenty more free giveaways in future weeks now. New free giveaways to give you guys. And we are giving this bad boy away right now. Again, follow the channel. Give us a follow, SoundShockAudio, and we will give this away in a minute here. I want to thank you all for being on in this stream. I really do appreciate it. You guys help make this stream go. You are what motivate me to do this stream. I'm doing this stream for a few years now, and I've loved seeing all you guys' tracks in this stream. And I hope that the feedback that I've given you guys in the past has helped you out, as well as in this stream today. So thank you all again. Do appreciate it. Let's go ahead and pull this up here. About to open the giveaway. Oh, I'll keep blue balling you, man. I will blue ball you. Thank you so much for the follow here, guys. Sion1, thank you for the follow. Cody, thank you for the follow. Exo Soy Boy, thank you so much. Trey Bing, thank you. Spoon Goons. Lip Lumber, thank you. Do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Nexi, thank you for following. We are doing the free giveaway. We hit 36 concurrent viewers on this stream, and we are giving away the Spectral Morphing Synthesizer Twist. Thank you guys so much. Oh man, we did it. We did it. High five to each and every one of you. Okay, I just did 36 high fives. All right. That's okay, we already hit it. We already hit 36 concurrent viewers, so if it drops off, that means a better chance for you to win this Spectral Morphing Synthesizer. So if you want to win this synthesizer, you gotta stay in it. You gotta stay in it. But the more people that leave, the better chance that you get it. All right. Getting some more follows here. I'll give it another second. RUGSC, thank you for the follow as well. Do appreciate it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we hit the giveaway. We hit it, guys. You know, I'm proud of each and every one of you. We summoned the energy to get 36 viewers in this stream, summoned like never before in this stream, and we made it happen. All right. Are we ready for the giveaway? I am about to unlock it. Now, to enter this free giveaway, type SSA in the chat. That is SSA right here. Just type it in the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and open it up right now, and we'll see the entries come on in. Go ahead, put SSA in. Let's see those entries. Let's see them, guys. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Keep them on coming on in, guys. Yeah. Again, SSA in the chat, type away. That will be your entry into this contest, into this giveaway to win the Spectral Morphing Synthesizer. Again, SSA. And if you type it in like 100 times in the chat, that will not give you more entries, just to let you know. Once is enough. I remember last time we did the giveaway, someone just kept typing SSA, SSA, SSA. It's like, okay, you got one entry. All right. Give it another few minutes here, just to make sure everyone had the chance to enter on in. Right now we only got 18 entries. Definitely think a few more will be coming in here. Yeah, type it in backwards. that'll get you a bonus entry if you type it in if you type in ass. If you type in ass, that'll get you a bonus entry. I'm just kidding. That will not get you a bonus entry. Typing in ass will not do that. If you type in get some ass, that'll get you an entry, a bonus entry. No, that won't either. Again, we'll give it another minute here. Again, SSA in the chat to enter this free giveaway that we just hit of the Spectral Morphing Synthesizer Twist. One lucky viewer is going to win this bad boy. Tons of creative potential with this $50 value. Going to be yours for free in the next minute. Oh, there we go. There we go. Got another one sliding on in here. We got 19 entries. Give it another 30 seconds here. SSA in the chat to win the Spectral Morphing Synthesizer Twist. More entries. I know we can do it, guys. I know we can do it. And I'll be closing the giveaway in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And last chance to type SSA in the chat to get the free giveaway. And 0. It is closed. It is closed, everyone. Now, again, to win the free giveaway, you will have to follow the channel and you'll have to claim your prize in the chat within 3 minutes after we do the drawing. Within 3 minutes, I'll put a timer up. You have 3 minutes to claim the prize, that you are in the stream, that you have followed the channel, and you will get the free Spectral Morphing Synthesizer Twist. I'll be emailing you after the stream with the plugin, so I won't be giving it away this second. We'll, of course, do the drawing right now to see who wins it, but I will give you the plugin right after the stream because I have it. I have the serial number that I'll need to email you. So I'll email it to you after the stream. All right. Here we go. I am going to need a drum roll from every one of you. Actually, every one of you as well. Okay, we're just going to pull up a drum roll on YouTube. Here we go. Here we go. Pulling up the drum roll here, guys. And the winner of the Spectral Morphing Synthesizer Twist by SoundShock is going to be a Jolly Gamer! Woo! Hold on, I'm so slow. Celebration sound. This is very anticlimactic. Woo! All right there. A Jolly Gamer, thank you so much. Again, claim your prize in the stream here. A Jolly Gamer. Let me go ahead and pull up the timer here. 3 minutes to claim your prize. 3 minutes. Say holla. Holla, holla, holla. I saw that a Jolly Gamer was in here a little bit earlier. Maybe he's not in here right now. So maybe we'll be doing... Oh, there we go. There we go, a Jolly Gamer. Congratulations. Thank you so much, man, for joining the stream and winning the Spectral Morphing Synthesizer. Do appreciate it. Hope you enjoy this free plugin. I know that it will serve you well. Congrats, congrats again. And don't worry if you did not win today. We're doing free giveaways from now on in the SoundShockAudio live track feedback stream. Every week we'll be giving away free stuff for you guys. So tune in next week for a chance to win another free plugin. I'll give you guys details more in the Facebook group, as well as on Facebook and all the other SoundShock social media on which plugin we'll be giving away. But thank you all again for joining. All right. So we'll have time to go over 2 more tracks here. We'll just get right into them. We are a bit over time here. I do have to get going pretty soon, so we'll just go ahead and go on through them. And again, if you sent in your track, don't worry. I will be giving feedback through email if I did not get a chance to go over them in the stream. So don't feel like you've been left out. I'll definitely give you feedback through the email. The email. All right. And again, Jolly Gamer, I'll be sending you an email with the details of the free plugin that you just won after this live stream. So keep an eye out in your email for that. Nice, Johnny. Thank you so much for sending on in the hip-hop, rap, EDM tune. Do appreciate it. Any feedback for Johnny, go ahead and put that in the chat. What you liked, what you think could be improved about the song. So overall, love the vibe you had. Love the big 808s. That was worked really well in the song. Definitely that kind of like, almost like Halloween-ish type like hip-hop dark vibe you had going on there. So I would say definitely mixing, it needs to be improved on this song. It felt like that. Well, first off, definitely you guys mentioned it was out of key. Definitely want to mention that first. Yes, the track was out of key. It didn't quite make sense. It felt so dissonant. I don't know if you intentionally did that. It's a little bit hard to listen to when everything's out of key, to be honest. I would definitely recommend just picking a key and sticking with that and just using the notes in that specific key. I don't know, unless you really want to get really experimentally with it, I don't really suggest using different keys. It's hard for the listener, I would say. If you want, you know, a little more listenability with this particular track, you want to have it be in key. What else? Oh yeah, as far as the mixing, some of the 808 samples that you had in there were way too. They were like digital. They were clipping digitally, so they're going over that 0 decibel mark on your peak meter in your master channel. Now I know there's a style of distorted 808s and such, but if the 808 is causing clipping in your track and is throwing off the dynamics and balance of your track, then that's definitely something you want to avoid at all costs when producing. You can have a distorted 808, but you make sure it is in the volume range and not with outside, not peaking above the 0 decibel peak meter on their master channel, as well as not providing, or as well as not having too many low-end frequencies that dominate the mix. When that 808 sound comes in, that's really all you can hear. All the other instruments seem to get muted because that sound is so loud. So I would definitely say to reduce the volume, do some EQing, and reduce the limiting and distortion on the 808. So yeah, hopefully that helps. To appreciate you send it on in the track there, Johnny Hardcore. Thank you so much. So this is actually going to do it for the live stream. I went a bit over here as we wanted to hit that free giveaway, and we did hit it. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I really do appreciate it, and congratulations again to a Jolly Gamer for winning the Spectral Morphing Synthesizer. I'll be emailing you the plugin after this live stream, and I really, really do appreciate it, guys. We hit 36 viewers. Never hit 36 concurrent viewers in the stream ever, so I want to thank you all for being a part of it. And again, we're going to be doing free giveaways in every single live stream from now on. Free giveaways of free plugins at the moment, as well as potentially other free sounds and other free music production tools as well. So you definitely want to stick around. Again, we run the live stream every Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and at 7 p.m. GMT time.